Recently, I had a conversation with a dude regarding forceful coercion by, government or whatever, in regards to like regulations and taxation. And I started thinking about the income tax and how people say that you don't like your income tax. Well, your income tax, that's the price for living in this society, right? You pay your income tax and you get the safety, security, and all of the other perks that come with living in a taxed society, like the Greeks, and their civilized society and their invention of the progressive income tax system, which actually disincentivizes work. But that is something for another video. But I want to just try and draw a parallel, if I may, between that argument and, say, ancient Egypt. If taxes and regulation and all that jazz, if taxes are the price that I have to pay for living here, I mean, I was born here. I don't really actually have a choice, because I didn't choose to be born in the U.S. But I just so happen to have been born in the U.S., and taxes are the prices that I now have to pay for being born here. So, taxes are the price I have to pay for living in this state, living in this country. Would slave labor be the price that the lower class Egyptian citizens would have had to pay for living in their society? Ancient Egypt was a huge civilization. It was the biggest, or close to the biggest civilization that had ever been around, save, Mesopotamia. So, living in this safe, secure environment of ancient Egypt, I mean, you could rationalize that and say, you have to do your forced labor. You have to work on these pyramids. You have to work on these temples if you want the safety and security of living in Egypt and being protected by Egypt's massive chariot army. That's the price. Is that a valid comparison? Because I mean, they're both stealing labor and then rationalizing it by saying that the theft of the labor is the price that you pay for living in your society. Plantation slavery in the U.S., in the southern U.S., well, actually in the U.S., but known for being in the South. The excuses that a lot of the slave owners and people came up with to try and rationalize their slavery, their slaveholdingness, was that the slaves were better off here than they would be in Africa. So, slavery, the plantation slavery, is the price that they had to pay for being better off than they would have been in Africa. Right? I mean, is that a comparison at all? I mean, I know a lot of people will say, well, slavery and income tax, that's completely different things. Well, what if they raised the income tax to 99%? Would that be slavery? I mean, in the South, they gave the slaves a house, right? So maybe they weren't taking 100% of their labor. They were giving them something in return, food and housing and blankets and whatnot, and clothes. But if it's so wrong to force somebody, to physically force somebody to do all that work for you, if it's so wrong to do that, then why isn't it also wrong to forcefully take somebody's income under threat of prison and a ruined future? I mean, sure, they're, like I said, they're not taking 100% of the income, but they're still taking a portion of the income. So we're, they're taking 20%, let's say they're taking 20% of the income. So are we 20% enslaved? I don't know. Let's think about it. If you watch this video, which so far nobody's watched any of my videos, but if you happen to watch this video and you have something to say and you want to tell me that I'm wrong, go ahead. Tell me that I'm wrong. I would love, I want debate. I want discussion. I want to figure stuff out. I want to work through figuring out problems and solving things with other people. Because that's how we learn. We share information. We bounce ideas off of each other, and we use our rationalization, or our understanding of the world that we've gained through our experiences to judge and gauge information. Does this information mesh with what I've experienced so far? Or does it completely fly in the face of so much that I've learned? And if it does, why? What are the rationalizations for it? Figure stuff out. So, I want to figure stuff out, and I would absolutely love for people to start commenting, and I would love for people just to, watch something on occasion. If you watch any of these videos, if you watch any of my videos, comment. Just any little tidbit is feedback. It's information. It tells me what people think. So, please, I want to discuss controversial topics and delve into nitty-gritty details with people. I overthink things, and I always have. And I'm realizing that it might be actually one of my strongest qualities. So, everybody, have a fantastic night, and I will maybe talk to you sometime if you comment on the video, but you probably won't. So long.